Well, good morning. Welcome to Live with Lynn. So, if you're here, say hi, and if you're watching the replay, put replay in the comments so I know you're here. Okay. Anyway, today I want to talk about the one thing you must do to build great relationships. I was struggling this morning trying to figure out what was I going to talk about. Seems like I've told you all my stories about myself and about whatever, and what am I going to talk about? And then this popped into my email from Success Magazine. So this is an awesome thing to talk about today. So what's the one thing that you must do to build great relationships? Well, the article was about Coach John Wooden, the famous coach, John Wooden. And he was interviewed, and he said that his father always told him that if you always tell the truth, you'll not have to remember what you said. I mean, we probably all heard that. It's true, right? So it's a great self-reminder, though. When you're asked a question that you don't know the answer to, just remind yourself that always tell the truth, because if you don't know, just say, I don't know. I do that all the time. I don't know. Let me find out and I'll get back to you, right? Or think about, it's much better to say, I don't know, than it is to make something up or try to sound like you know what you're talking about that sounds good, because that's going to hurt your relationship over time, right? Because maybe you're telling them wrong, or maybe, I don't know, maybe they can tell that you're not really telling the truth. So it's just tell the truth. Just say, I don't know. It's also a great reminder, though, that prevents us from exaggerating things when we're in an attempt trying to impress somebody. Just always put that in the back of your mind. Just always tell the truth, right? So the story was about Coach Wooden's communication style when he was recruiting prospective students into his athlete program. And so he was being interviewed in this book, A Game Plan for Life, and he described, this is what he said. So I'm going to be reading some of this, sorry. But hand in hand with consistency come honesty and trust. When a teacher or a coach or any kind of mentor is consistent in his or her principles, it creates trust between the mentor and the people he or she is mentoring. So true, isn't it? So he says, I never tried to talk a student into coming to UCLA. I tried to show him what was there and what to expect, and I never told him he was going to play. And I told him he would have the opportunity to play, and if he was good enough, he would be able to. But instead, I would tell each student that if he did choose to attend UCLA, and I hoped he would, that he would be very unhappy in his first year. Wow, talk about honesty, right? He said, you're going to be away from home and your parents and all the things you've known for a number of years. And I'd explain it's going to be very difficult academically, and you're going to wish you had gone someplace else. But let me tell you this, if you had gone somewhere else, it would be the same thing, and you'd wonder what would have happened if you'd gone to UCLA. So there you go, think it over. So Coach Wooden had very few players over the years that actually transferred to other schools, because he had very few players that were disappointed with their playing time, and so they didn't transfer to other schools because he built that relationship and that trust with them. And it all started with that strongest foundation of all foundations, the truth. So, that he was like right up front with them. But you know what? It is true. It would have been the same no matter what school they went to, because they were beginning athletes. They wouldn't have played as much as they wanted to. And so he told them that right up front. He didn't promise them anything. And, I really try hard to do this in my life. Some of my friends say I'm too blunt or that I'm too forward. But you know what? I just don't play games. I just really don't. I don't do well at that. I mean, if I'm thinking something, or if I want something, I'll ask for it. Or if I have a feeling or something, I will say it, because that's part of my relationship with you. If you are talking to me, you know that you're going to get the real me. You know that I'm not going to make something up. And that builds a lot of trust with the people that I work with. In fact, I don't do well when people try to be nice and beat around the bush with me, because usually what happens when they're beating around the bush, it goes right over my head. And I'm like, I didn't even know what their point was. I missed it. Just tell me it's not going to work, instead of going around in circles about something and I didn't figure out you're telling me that it's not going to work, right? So that, for me, I work on that, and I'm trying to work on not being so blunt. Maybe being nicer. If I have to say something that's not nice, it's going to hurt somebody's feelings. Obviously, I do my best to try to not hurt people's feelings, but sometimes I do. I guess sometimes we all do in life. But I agree with John Wooden. The truth is always best. And especially the part about if you always tell the truth, you don't have to remember the lies, because I'm terrible at remembering anyway. So, what about you? What do you think? I mean, do you think we should always tell the truth? What do you have anything you want to share with us? I would love to hear your thoughts. I would love to hear your thoughts about this and about, Coach Wooden or telling the truth or anything like this. Get below and tell me what you're thinking, okay? Anyway, that's all I have. This is going to be a short video today, but thanks for being here with me today, and I hope you have a great day. See you tomorrow.